Chairman of the National Resources, Energy and Ecology Committee of Azerbaijan, please.
Saygıdeğer Alparslan Bey, hörmətli forum iştirakçıları, değerli həmkarlar. Çıxışıma başlamazdan əvvəl qlobal
Before I start with my speech, distinguished participants, honorable ministers, esteemed members of parliament, academics and guests, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Mrs. Emine Erdoğan, the pioneer and patron of the global zero waste movement, who has steadfastly championed this vision on international platforms. The leadership she has demonstrated shows the entire world that protecting the environment is not merely a technical or economic issue, but also a moral responsibility that concerns the shared conscience of humanity. At the same time, I would like to extend my thanks to all the organizers who have brought us together under the roof of this meaningful forum and provided us with the opportunity to build a shared vision for the future around the goals of sustainable development, environmental responsibility, and green transformation. Today, the humanity is passing through one of the most critical periods in history. Climate change, the rapid depletion of natural resources, the loss of biodiversity, and environmental degradation are no longer solely matters of environmental policy. These challenges have become strategic issues that directly affect economic development, social welfare, global security, and the quality of life of future generations. For this reason, the task before us is not merely to develop new technologies or improve existing systems. What we truly need is a profound transformation of mindset that encompasses all areas of life. The approximately 51 billion tons of greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere each year have compelled us to seek a new paradigm. The central question of this paradigm is extremely clear. How can we reduce the 51 billion tons of greenhouse gas emissions generated each year to zero? And why is the target zero? Because climate change is no longer a risk that belongs to the future. It is the concrete reality of our present day. Droughts, floods, forest fires and extreme weather events show us that time is running out. For this reason, it is vital that individuals, employees, entrepreneurs, scientists, and governments assume shared responsibility. This issue is not only technological, it is also an ethical one. As the German philosopher Armin Gunwald has emphasized in the field of technology ethics, we must guide technology in a manner that does not threaten either human freedom or the future of our planet. We are representatives of a generation that has witnessed the collapse of systems, ideological polarization, and struggles for freedom. In the past, our struggles were for political and national freedom. Today, however, our new struggle is to protect our planet from the climate crisis, the wasteful use of resources, and unsustainable consumption habits. Therefore, the green technology models we build must be based on a development approach that places people at the center and remains in harmony with nature. Distinguished participants, in this process of global transformation, Azerbaijan is not merely a country that follows developments. Our country has established a strong strategic vision in the fields of sustainable development and green transformation. The law on organic clean agriculture, the law on the efficient use of energy resources and energy efficiency, and the law on the production of electricity from renewable energy sources constitute the legal foundation of this vision. The legal framework is supported by long-term development goals defined under the leadership of President Aliyev. Within the national priorities covering the period up to 2030, the objective of a clean environment and green growth country has been identified as a strategic goal. Thanks to the strong political will of our president, Azerbaijan aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 40% by 2050, in line with its commitments under the Paris Climate Agreement. These goals are not merely targets that exist on paper. We are implementing this vision through the tangible projects on the ground. The regions of Karabakh and eastern Zangezur, liberated from occupation, have officially been declared green energy zones. The long-term objective of these regions is to become net zero emission zones. The Agali Smart Village project in Zangilan and the smart city initiatives implemented in Fuzuli and Agdam are not merely modern residential developments. They are also concrete examples of a new model of harmony between humanity and nature. Zero waste practices, smart energy management systems, and environmentally friendly technologies are being utilized in these settlements. Waste is being reintegrated into the economy, energy consumption is being optimized through digital systems, and the efficient use of natural resources is being ensured. Solar energy systems installed in buildings, smart lighting solutions, and advanced installation technologies are maximizing energy savings. By effectively utilizing the region's water resources, a total of 38 hydroelectric power plants with a combined capacity of 307 megawatt have been commissioned. Azerbaijan's experience in green transformation has made our country one of the important actors in global climate policy. COP29 climate conference held in Baku marked a historic turning point in this regard. One of the most significant outcomes of COP29 was the adoption of a new global climate finance target aimed at supporting the green transition of developing countries. This decision is of great importance for accelerating the deployment of clean technologies and investments in energy efficiency. As highlighted by Bill Gates in his book How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, this decision also represents a historic step towards reducing the costs associated with the green premium. The vision set forth at COP29, combined with the World Urban Forum's approach to sustainable cities, is paving the way for a new transformation process on a global scale. Today, more than 70% of the world's energy consumption and waste generation originates in cities. This reality demonstrates that transforming the world is impossible without transforming our cities. The projects we have implemented in Karabakh are a concrete reflection of precisely this understanding. Azerbaijan is advancing its green transformation vision not only nationally but also at the regional and global levels. Today, our country is leading the creation of strategic green energy corridors that will contribute to the energy security of both Europe and the rest of our region. Within the framework of the Caspian Black Sea Europe Green Energy Corridor, electricity generated from Caspian Sea's wind energy potential of 157 gigawatts will be transmitted to Europe via Georgia and the Black Sea. In the initial phase, energy exports of 4 gigawatts are planned. Within the framework of the Central Asia Azerbaijan-Europe Energy Corridor, important steps are being taken to bring the renewable energy resources of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan to European markets. In the near future, the energy exports will reach a level of 6 gigawatts. The Nakhchivan-Turkey-Europe Energy Corridor will further strengthen our strategic cooperation with brotherly Turkey in the field of energy. In addition, efforts are underway to assess the future use of the Southern Gas Corridor for the transportation of green hydrogen. At a power of 230 megawatts, the Karadağ solar power plant, the Kizi Avsheron wind power plant, the Shafak project in Jabrail, and the large-scale investments undertaken in Bilasuvar and Neftchala have become the driving forces behind our country's green transformation. Zero waste and energy efficiency are not merely technical concepts. They are also expressions of a culture of living, a sense of responsibility, and the shared obligation we bear towards future generations. Today, the global vision set forth by COP29, the Sustainable Urban Development Approach, and the concrete initiatives implemented by Azerbaijan remind us one fundamental truth. We can no longer afford to waste resources. The greatest legacy we can have to future generations will be a cleaner environment, a stronger economy, and a more livable world. Therefore, let us build a sustainable future together, guided by science, safeguarded by the rule of law, illuminated by ethical values, and strengthened by a shared sense of responsibility.